Hi guys, I'm John, and so I want to do my first language video today, and so yeah, let's get started. So I want to learn Spanish, French, Vietnamese, and German or Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, before the time I get out of high school. Yeah, so I'm in 10th grade right now, so I don't have much time left. So yeah. And so I was sort of inspired to make this video because I saw so many language learners that were my age on YouTube, like Limba Missionar. That's probably not the right pronunciation. Sorry, just hit my stand where I'm holding my phone. And yeah, and then you have Hank Sparks, and then you have the young language learner. Yeah, and there's also this new guy, Ian Reinke. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name. So yeah, they all inspired me to finally put myself on there. I was, not sure if I wanted to do this, and I was kind of a bit nervous. And so yeah. So here we go. So I have been learning Spanish. Well, I started Spanish in preschool with in my preschool was a all Spanish immersion thing, and so I actually was fluent for my age, as fluent as a 4-year-old gets, and so after I left that preschool, I forgot Spanish because my school was not very. How should I put this? It wasn't good for maintaining fluency because I wasn't speaking it and I wasn't reading it, and we only learned like the colors, the days of the week, and like numbers, maybe to 20. So it wasn't really all that good for me. So now I've forgotten that. So now fast forward like to 8th grade, I started learning Spanish in my school, and so I actually really enjoyed that, and so it kind of brought back fond memories. And so that was really nice. And so I wanted to continue doing my language learning in Spanish. So I've been told my accent is alright. It's not Americanized, hopefully. Yeah, and then so now I'm in 10th grade, and it's my third year of taking Spanish this year, and I'm loving it. It is amazing. So now I'm like learning on my own with this book. Sorry, it's like backwards, I think. Like if you put it up to a mirror, hopefully you can read it. It's the complete Latin American Spanish by Teach Yourself. And yeah, it's a really good book. I like it. The audio recordings are good, and the accents are varied, so you'll get a wide range of accents from like a Colombian to a Venezuelan to a Mexican accent, which is really nice. So you get accustomed to all those accents because some of them are actually very hard to understand. So it's good practice. And so now that I felt successful with my Spanish, I wanted to go and learn another language. So I ended up learning French because I just think it's cool, and it's yeah, cool. So, and it's also a very diplomatic language, and I'm considering being a diplomat if my other aspirations don't work out. And yeah, and so I think that's a very necessary language to learn. And yeah, so right now I'm taking French in French 1 in high school in 10th grade as a sophomore with all the freshmen. But yeah. And so it's very nice. I'm having a fun time, and it's really cool. However, it's at a very slow pace, so I'm having to enrich it with another book that I'm having to learn on my own. And so I'm using the Complete French Teach Yourself. So yeah, it's alright. I mean, it's good for what it's worth. It's like $15, $16. Yeah, I would. If I were going to buy another French book, I would definitely go with the Asimil series, because I saw how well it worked with Jonah, and I thought the Teach Yourself, I heard from many people that it has a very good style. However, with this edition of the Complete French, I just don't think the bar is up with the other books like the Latin American Spanish. So I wouldn't really recommend getting that book because it's just kind of a headache trying to understand what they're doing, and the format is kind of odd. So yeah. And so hopefully this will get me to a very good level. I want to be at least with Spanish. I want to have a C1 by, I want to say, around August of 2014. And so I have a lot of work cut out for me. I would say I'm somewhere around a B1 at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to be studying a lot. So in a year, I want to get to a C1 level. And with my French, my French is, I'm not sure where I want to be. I want to be at a conversational fluency. So whatever you want to call that, a B2, B1 possibly, a high B1, B2. And so that is, I'm going to be continually learning that actively with French for a year. I'm going to be studying harder than I am for Spanish, obviously, because I've already spoken Spanish for a while now, and French is new, and the accent is just so difficult for me because I don't have any of the muscles in my mouth and my face trained for that, so I'm having to work out my face, if you want to call it that, to get my to get everything where it needs to be, so my accent is not horrible. So I want to get to like a B1, B2 by August of 2014. And so in December, Christmas time, I am planning on starting my Vietnamese. So yeah, I really love the language. I love the people. Again, I have a bunch of friends that are Vietnamese too. And I just love the language, and it's just, it's just really it's really cool. And yeah, I don't know how to describe it any other way. I need to work on my English vocabulary. So I just love the language, and I want to dedicate some time to it. And I think having a foothold in Vietnamese will really help me with all the other Asian languages, seeing that Vietnamese has more tones than Mandarin Chinese, which would, if I can do the tones in Vietnamese, I can definitely do it in Cantonese and Mandarin and Japanese and Korean. If Korean and Japanese have tones, I'm not sure. And yeah, so those are my 3 languages at the moment. And so with Vietnamese, that's a tough one, because the thing is, I don't really want to be able to, I don't want to focus on the reading. So, and I just want to I just want to talk. And so I would say that I want by at least in a year, so around December or January of 2014/2015, I want to be at a B1 level with my low B1, possibly mid B1 with my Vietnamese, because I'm only going to be speaking the language, and there are not a whole lot of Vietnamese people where I live in the South. Yeah, so hopefully you can't really tell from my accent, but yeah, there aren't really a lot of Vietnamese people where I live. So it's the people who I'm going to be talking to, a lot of them are my age, and they are learning it from their parents, so they don't really know how to read and write. So I know I'm missing part of the culture. I might go back to that later on, but at the moment it's just only right now it's only going to be speaking and listening. And so after that, that's going to be taking me into my junior year of high school. And then I'm going to either do Chinese or German. If I'm crazy, I might do both.